have our first and second graders come forward, and you all can be seated. Come sit down in front of me. I would sit on the ground, but I don't think I could get back up if I tried. Cool, so you guys have been learning all kinds of stuff about the Eucharist, haven't you? Yeah, you've been especially preparing for today. Sometimes we call it First Communion, but I think a bunch of you have received communion a lot, right? So this is going to be your first special time. What's your favorite part? What have you learned so far? What's your favorite part? How about Father Jason's sermon? That would be good. What's your favorite part? When it's coffee hour? Yeah. Did you all pay attention to the reading today? Who did we talk about in the reading today? Paul, very good. Or Saul. Oh, so you were paying attention. Very good. What about in the gospel reading that Deacon Diana read?
Peter.
Peter. And what about Peter? Do you remember? He didn't feel good. That's kind of true. He didn't feel good because he denied Jesus and said he didn't even know him. And all of a sudden Jesus is saying, do you love me? And Peter is saying, you know I love you. And so Jesus says, feed my lambs. That means take care of all of us. And in the opening prayer, we talked about knowing Jesus in the breaking of the bread. And you guys have been talking about communion and what communion is, right? So I have a truthful sentence to tell you. In my pocket, in my owl pocket, I have an Easter bunny. And he's got long white ears. And he's got a yellow vest. And he shoots Easter eggs out of his nose. Yummy. What are you laughing for? Do you not believe me? How many of you believe me? 4 of you believe me? You 2 are kind of on the fence? How many of the adults believe me? You all think I'm still on flu medication. Only a couple of them think I have that in my... Now, have I ever lied to you? No? So I'm telling you the truth. I have an Easter bunny in my owl pocket. And he has long white ears and a yellow vest. And he shoots Easter eggs out of his nose. It's just weird, right? How many of you believe me now? Oh, the number went up. Oh, okay, we're still good. We're still 4 out of 6. I guess that's pretty good. Did Jesus say anything to us that was a lie?
No.
Nope, he told us the truth. He's not a liar. He tells us the truth. And he told us some stuff. And sometimes he said some stuff to us and we thought, that's kind of weird, right? He said some things that he said, this is my body and this is my blood. And a lot of people went, that kind of sounds weird. Right? And some actually didn't follow Jesus anymore because he said that. And they thought, that doesn't seem right. How can you be in communion? How can you be in the bread and wine? It just doesn't make any sense. But everything that Jesus said is true. So, I have an Easter bunny in my pocket with long ears and a yellow vest. And I hope it works, but nope. Let's just pretend, whoop, he shot a thing out of his nose. Right? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And just because you can't see Jesus in communion doesn't mean he's not there. Because he promised us that it would be him. And he promised that we would eat his flesh and drink his blood in communion because he loves us. That's what it means. He loves us so much he doesn't want to be away from us. And that's the whole point of communion, is that he loves you very, very much for who you are, and he wants to live in your heart. And that's the whole point of communion. So we may not see Jesus like you didn't see this Easter bunny in my pocket, but we believe what Jesus said to us, and we believe that he's the bread of life, and that we believe that that's his body and blood. And that's why we gather to celebrate him every Sunday. And that's why it's been so important for you to learn about these this last couple weeks and how excited I am you're going to receive Jesus in your heart in a new way today when you receive him in communion. Pretty cool? How many of you believe me now? Oh, you got to believe me. I'm showing it to you. You are definitely Episcopalians. So So it's good to ask questions like you've been. It's really good to ask questions about why we do stuff. And it's good even to question Jesus about why. But it's even better to believe because he loves us and he's never said anything to us that wasn't true. Cool? Cool. You can go back to your parents. Thank you.